ideals are different from those which exist in Prime Minister Karam's society. I, as president of this nation, will never initiate or support any attempts to legalize homosexuality in Ghana. As a government, we will abide by the principles enshrined in our constitution, which constitution is supreme. Let me also say that whilst we acknowledge all the financial assistance and all the aid which has been given to us by our development partners, we will not accept any aid with strings attached if that aid will not inure to our interest, or the implementation or the utilization of that aid with strings attached would rather worsen our plight as a nation or destroy the very society that we want to use the money to improve.
We have a constitution, and the constitution has elaborate provisions in the directive principles of state policy and human rights. I swore an oath to respect that constitution. And so the rights of Ghanaians that are written into that constitution are what I am obliged to respect and uphold. And so far I have been upholding, the pledge that I made. And so go into our constitution and read through the rights. And if you define rights there as gay rights, then I uphold them. But the rights that the people of Ghana gave me and asked me to uphold, I am upholding. In addition to that, you can take the other rights that we as countries of the world have accepted, and that is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And so all the rights there, I am enjoined as president of this country to uphold, and I will continue to do just that.
You said a little earlier on about freedom of expression, so I want to ask you about what is happening in your country and homosexuality, for example, which I believe is illegal and it's punishable. I mean, why is homosexuality still illegal in your country?
These the social, cultural issues, if you like. I don't believe that in Ghana so far a sufficiently strong coalition has emerged which is having that impact on public opinion that will say, change it. Let's then have a new paradigm in Ghana.
Is that something you would get behind?
I think that it is something that is bound to happen. And when that happens...
What's going to provoke it? What's going to make it happen?
Oh, it's the activity, like elsewhere in the world. Like elsewhere in the world, the activities of individuals, of groups. I grew up in England. I went to school as a young boy in England, and I grew up at a time in England when homosexuality was banned there. It was illegal, and I lived a period when British politicians thought it was anathema even to think about changing the law, and then suddenly the activities of individuals, of groups, a certain awareness, a certain development grew and grew and grew stronger, and it forced a change in law. I believe that those are the same processes that will bring about changes in our situation. At the moment, I don't see that in Ghana there is that strong current of opinion that is saying this is something that we need to even deal with. It's not so far.
Abusia nyumre me moajo mo akwa ba Amanyosem dwumadie na ogusu a wo hwe sabre ko se no nuba ko bebo no ye Ghana ho nkomo ya na ye ba bedie na nsem abesin se yekom ye te ho se tiaseman Ghana yensi gina ye kra na ye nkyere se we ni de epede ama ye nkyirima ye ne ankasa de frisi ye ma ye ho a ye se o manpo no eno ho nkyiri wa hyew LGBTQ ho nsensem no wesu ha na ebedi ho nkomo pa na efiri no abesi na sunsem bebretimi akosontina yesi hu nkonyame Council Share Life Original TV social media handles no Instagram, Facebook, TikTok no nyina Original TV GH betima follow hama YouTube no so Original TV Ghana hopefully also bit me aye ya kai say obe subscribe to your YouTube channel no na video so awodo nyina wanya bi ahwe sa bit ma hwe dwumadi live on Facebook or Huntor TVGH obeti ma leave a comment ewo ho na makenkan ade ama sa so na WhatsApp number on the screen so ne yawo dia o wadwen kire bia obeti mi dia sisu bra dwumadi koso no na wa kire wadwen sa so na me bia homa na tum na wa tibe ye wanya kwan afre na so a kire wadwen afa nsem a ene digu apono so a ye pensem Ghana anya mfinhia adusia enso na question ebase ya penisi edu amanfo so ane akan ya no Ghana enya afe ba ko be kan mfi hu sei pa ne yebo nkompon tia we se oman Ghana si ekoyanim anase yenkoyanim ebeye unfortunately so be ka se Ghana yenkoyanim. There's every indication say Ghana yekoyanim nemum no kure omuni se pempenso anka Ghana wo se nke edu no enya ho ne we wo se nke etwem wa hada na Ghana kwaye se nkobesie twema mentwe wo twi ko nkwam na wo twi ko owum wo twi ko mpuntom na wo twi ko the SSA mu it take a political decision. It took one political leader, the Osajofo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, to build Akosombo Dam 1965, to build Temamoto Way. At that time, Osajofo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah AC Akosombo Dam. Then opposition party, Anomuni Kwame Nkrumah Bayafa, Chokrata ko World Bank. So Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana population at that time is about 5 million. We see dam kakraka we would the excess energy capacity no politics no one share say the free. Ghana kakra we could see dam kakraka nyina mkania bebrebe de we say sika. Akosombo dam the kind no Temamoto way so cement. 67 years after independence, Ghana yedasuye excess energy capacity politics. Ni no yedaso edasumu. It took a political leader or Osajofo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah to build so many factories, to build silos. Yemubu ayameto na no me no peni ba ko twam me fie wura ye twam wo ye industrial area ho no kire me come side ho no se silos no ba ko ne si ho no a chese ho na ye di nua na sie ese aduane betimi a hye wo more than afe ensei technology omo de ye no ye superb baby a ene Pere Chapel we ne se wo ye meat factory ti ho na nkrofo koto na ntwinam ene ya sorry factories ahodo Osajofo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah sisie ni nyina no it took another political leader to render all those factories useless. Ewuram say ne tonton ye enti miamia ahodo bebra na factory ni sie no ne asofo na atoto no mo de asi nsori enti Ghana ya turning factories into churches. Yewia ne Yakubu Kotodwe wa sorry dem ho se Erade ma ye adwuma. Yewie school ye nya adwuma anye. Miwa ba bia na sorry ni si na ye adwuma company factory. Ya ton ye de esi asoldan ene yebu Kotodwe wa asoldan no mu bom pa ye koje akwankyere koto anonte oil e the same church say ye pa adwuma ye. Ghana at 67. And now me no ka say yetimi twa secondary school for lighting because I buying the electricity car 45 million Ghana cedis. Ghana has a secondary school so ya buying na no more the electricity car according to ECG 45 million Ghana cedis. Now no do me ko benya senior high school. It took one political leader to build that school. And another political leadership yentimi entwe electricity tie ko twemu. Accra Academy. It took one political leader to build that school. It took another political leadership saying to me to electricity could try light him. Now, so no. Ghana buy to me they say 68 million Ghana cedis or the other also the photocopy past questions past school at the secondary school for 68 million Ghana cedis. Meanwhile, secondary schools now, electricity bill 45 million, but you 68 million Ghana cedis photocopies. Ghana at 67. Parliament etim na shebe fie ye adwuma ehemra ne akotwa omo light because omo de ka omo ntimi ntua Ghana at 67. Ghana at 67 and am no ka say dumso ekoso den. Ghana at 67 and am no ka say ye ne won kra hampo no ye nuanom am won kro nketo nkra de ye mo kra de ye nka mo asem. Ye ne won kra yipo aha na ban na nkasa te Ghana ahinkro ye kra nsuo kra ho ayede amayen. Ghana at 67. Ghana at 67. Ye maame ye papa no mmerwafo o masom man Ghana kwa ahomegiem do musika ba ban bosia sa ban je na odi nsi hu no mame amede ato ye diabetes ni hypertension ro anu no medi nchina che no aban se oni sko betimi atua. Ghana at 67. Ye de ka aye kan kwa intimi ntua for almost a year ni Ghana we are not servicing our debt. Unim say na me no ka say sometimes what you Accra has na unko nkron kitwa ni mu a you may think say everything is okay. Nanwa ye koto by election e wa sin off. Me call e no menya kwanya wura nkra bi ase. Na etwemadwen ko chese titi bi me kan be 5 years 6 years me kra se sa setena no na ye timu ane ye sansuo wo fom. Ye sansuo e wo fom. No electricity, no television, no nothing, no internet. Sad ye ni ade a ekoso wo Ghana ne. Enye just a crowd, uboko krokoto kakra. Ghana ye da so ne moa enum nsuo. Ya mia wudo bebre, but Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia in 2016 catches says MPP baba moa first 2 years there will be no village or town I be facing water problem or toilet problem. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia samo kaini. And any one crank we have see water problem. Ghana at 67. And yes, and Yamasa, oh yes, who cook crickets, you ma say yes, a quani buhai biemu and crofo si a dying, ocean crofo architecture design, dan you say dampa. But the truth of the matter is say the majority of Ghanaians Eda Sote 1957 are sitting in Omda Sutim. Titrini and Ananomakia for Ganetino, Oko Kumase, baby to say crew from Ashtown, Oko Shabron says, Sissy, when you now Coquia for and do music SCC sad dining in a and Necoquia for the door send or mutimiti cocoa, a timisi even 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom for mutimisi. Cocoa canning bebre, Onyati cocoa bag bakwa, and a cocoa bag back, you say a ton cents 1,000 to 12 million. Iron rod 1 ton, iron rod 1 ton, a 6,800. And it's a cocoa quianino, a bit me ato iron rod 1 ton. I was so a tick cocoa bags. Marco enum, any a chili, a coincia, and so a timiato, iron rod 1 ton. Cement. Blocks in Nakahon. To cook your funny day, Sebi or Madame Sebi and Qua, or the Ramusa Nansonisi Kadaho, or Yabosumia Jumobi Yabosumia Juansonisi Kadaho. And so Teteno, Nako quick your 4 pound whisker. And the cook your phone or Massa more mobocra. Ukoko board. Or more munto, endo kukuda, or motenkra, or moniji bonus. Otikota so ti office the condition mu wogina ketu asaje bonus kokko kuani no no ti kokko no the 5 cedis bonus at 2016 near the man say o carry no kokko bag bia e tua ne ka ne the 5 cedis aka ho no ye twam free fertilizer ye twam free seedlings ye twam. Ghana at 67. The truth ni say Kagana ke kwaye ni miesi mu ache Ghana yesi mu ache yenya fa ahudi ansa na South Africa fo benya fa ahudi. Ghana is the first country in Africa a yenya fa ahudi. Ama ahudo bebre Nigeria mo Ghana ye kan obi ne ebo no menya fa ahudi. Omo so omo challenges de ka wosen ka Ghana nke edi kan ewo mpuntu mu. But aban bi share adwuma bi ase a no anwia aban foforo bi ba onto aso na ye ka Sagleme 1,500 housing units egurem epro hospitals ahodo abanda da ne sha ase dodo na asehua afari ni nyina gurem epro enti saban sesana saban ne sababie mu a woso sakopesika odi kokosi. The truth ni say Ghana eyomanya ye yare 67 years ya bubugu ho yakwese obi a wanya mfinhie aduosia enson na ne bra wo boy ye no wantimi anye investment bi a investment ne bema ne sika didi na wanhwe ne man so ama ne man so antimi anye baabi anyina ama mehwe no na wada ne sresrefo na osode a no apɛ obi abɛ ma bi na okuta poma no na begina traffic mu no stress sika na saa pepepe na Ghana situation tie because enenye IMF adaroman ke abobi a chiawe ye da life support so yentimi ntue aka yentimi provide for ourselves. Secondary schools we cannot even feed them, we cannot even pay our own electricity bills. That is Ghana at 67 mobo mama me fa no nto na yenko President Akufo-Addo. Enwa President Akufo-Addo eka say LGBT bill na parliament approve as say ye hwe ni so de nsa be sha se na ye mra no obi akọ court nti wo twen say court ebedi asem na wie Supreme Court ansana wo de nsa be sha se na so on fan sha se Omampeni Akufo-Addo kasa asem enra me patcho yenti Omampeni Akufo-Addo emra na yini nkomo kakrebe.
I'm aware that last week's bipartisan passage by Parliament of the Proper Human Sexual Rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill on a private member's motion has raised considerable anxieties in certain quarters of the diplomatic community and among some friends of Ghana that she may be turning her back on her hitherto enviable, long-standing record on human rights observance and attachment to the rule of law. I want to assure you that no such backsliding will be contemplated or occasioned. I think it will serve little purpose to go at this stage into the details of the origin of this proposed law, which is yet to reach my desk. But suffice it to say that I have learned that today a challenge has been mounted at the Supreme Court by a concerned citizen to the constitutionality of the proposed legislation. In the circumstances, it would be as well for all of us to hold our hands and await the decision of the court before any action is taken. The operation of the institutions of the Ghanaian state will determine the future trajectory of the rule of law and human rights compliance in our country. Excellencies, as you all know, this year is an election year. On 7th December, the Ghanaian people will elect a new president and a new parliament. The term of the present parliament expires at the end of the year, and I am in the last